So you've decided to become a full-time YouTuber, and very quickly you've realized how lonely this brand new challenge is, this brand new endeavor, this brand new dream of yours is. And that's the topic for today's video. We're talking about the loneliness that comes with being a content creator. For anybody who's new here, my name's Fareed. We dive into the creator psychology, breaking down the highs and the lows of being a content creator. We talk about strategy, growth, all of that. If you guys enjoy this type of content, of course, make sure to smash that thumbs up on the way in. And today I want to talk about 4 things that can cause you to feel misunderstood, right? Almost alone in this particular industry. The first thing I want to talk about is the fact that as a new YouTuber, first off, congrats on taking the challenge. It's not an easy one, especially if you haven't made your first 100 videos yet, but it's one that I think you will find to be super rewarding. But at the very early stage, what you'll quickly realize is that you are on your own. So you're bound to feel lonely because of the fact that you will be doing a lot of things by yourself. Now, what exactly am I talking about? Well, if you're not a multimillionaire, which I'm assuming you're not, if you're not Mr. Beast, which I'm assuming you're not, you have to sit there and think of your own video ideas. You have to sit there and think about who's going to actually be the on-camera talent. In most cases, it's probably you, unless you're doing some sort of interview style content where you're engaging with other people. So you have to come up with the ideas. You have to be the on-camera talent. You also have to learn how to edit, whether you're using Premiere Pro, whether you're using DaVinci Resolve, whether you're using CapCut. You also have to learn how to make your own thumbnails. No one's going to come and do that for you. Again, unless you've outsourced different parts of your channel to designers, etc. But for a lot of people starting, they have to do that all on their own. Now, once you've actually got the video done, packaged, you also have to learn how to actually upload, because you can put in a lot of good time doing the right things, getting a really good idea, getting really good footage, getting an amazing thumbnail. But if you upload the video and you have a poor title, or you upload the video and you miss tags, you maybe miss different aspects, timestamps, these are little things that YouTube takes into consideration, and that can have an impact on your actual video. So that's the first thing. You have to quickly realize that you'll be doing a lot of this on your own, and as a result, you're not getting help. So there is no sense of, team early on, because you don't have a team. You're doing everything on your own. So that can cause you to feel super lonely. But again, don't give up. The road does get easier. I'm doing this for the second time, and I understand. I'm ready for war. The second thing is that your friends and family won't understand, and that's completely okay. I mean, I'm literally walking around this neighborhood right now with a selfie stick, and if somebody's looking at me from the outside, they're probably like, what is this guy doing? Is he crazy? He's just kind of talking to himself, walking around the neighborhood. But that's okay. I'm doing this because I realize that this video can serve and provide value for people all across the world. And even though my family may not understand, because this is a relatively new thing, it's a relatively new career, again, this can be massive. And so I don't expect everybody to know or to understand. But that can be a second factor which causes a lot of people to feel isolated and kind of by themselves as creators, which is why I really recommend that if you can, that you look for a creator community where you can talk to other creators, you can bounce ideas off each other, you can support one another. And that's actually one of the goals that I have with this channel, is to start a creator community where creators can talk to each other, help each other, motivate one another, uplift one another, because we all understand one another. I know so many people that work in the IT field, but I don't know any other creators in my local area. I know so many people that work in real estate that sell homes, but I don't know a single other person that does content. I am actually that one sort of outlier in my friends group where they know me as the content creator, but for a lot of people, they don't really want to do videos. And so that's the biggest thing that I realize with friends and family, is that they won't understand. They'll ask you, is this actually making money? Is it worth your time? Does YouTube actually work? Are you not embarrassed? and that's okay. Again, you're not necessarily doing it for them. Obviously, maybe to provide a means to an end, right? But you're doing it for the viewer that's there to watch your content, that you're there to provide value to. And so understand that not everybody will understand and not everybody will support. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't make content. And that definitely doesn't mean that your content isn't valuable to somebody else. So always keep that in mind. The next thing I want to talk about is the fact that when you're making content by yourself, you will have this sense of constant comparison. And so when you're new, you're still trying to get your feet under yourself. You're still trying to understand your audience. You're still trying to understand titles, thumbnails, all of that. And for a lot of creators, they expect instant growth. You have to remind yourself and you have to remember that your first 100 videos are really to help you sharpen your skills. Your first 100 videos are for you to learn how to be a better speaker on camera. They're for you to learn how to be a better thumbnail editor. They're for you to learn how to stitch together a video, you know, how to just do all of these little things that YouTube requires that much better, which is why I always say that you should work to improve every single video that you do, even if it's just by 1%. And so for a lot of creators, and I want to kind of bring this point back to the original thing that I wanted to mention, they get bogged down in the trap where they start to compare themselves to other creators that have made their first 100 videos, that have made it past that initial learning point, that initial learning curve, that have found success. And they begin to ask themselves, well, am I not that good of a creator? Is there something wrong with my channel? Do people maybe not like me? And you have to understand that when it comes to making content, people come to you for different things. Sometimes people come to you because they just like who you are as a person. Sometimes they come to you because you're super entertaining, or you're a really good educator, or you speak in a way that resonates with them, or you've shared parts of your life where they can say that, they feel connected to you because they've gone through something similar. And so that's another piece that I wanted to break down there, but never, never, never be discouraged or feel lonely because other people are doing better than you. At the end of the day, this is about coming in and just being better for yourself and for your community, your audience. And over time, that will grow. And you will notice that your skills also get better, which make it easier for you to attract a new crowd or a new audience. And so that's a big piece there. Never fall into the comparison trap. It's inevitable. You're obviously going to see other people that are doing something similar to you. You're going to see people that, are better than you, but that's okay. You use that as motivation, and you use that to look up and say, hey, this is where I can be one day if I put in the time and the effort just like they have. I don't want to take away credit from any other creator because we all have to go through this journey. And it's just a matter of understanding and having the right perspective and knowing that, hey, if I'm new here, I haven't put in my hours, I'm going to have to earn that, almost as a badge of honor. And so that's the third thing I wanted to mention. And the last thing that can cause for a lot of creators to feel lonely in a sense is the fact that you're constantly thinking about work. When you become a creator, you start to realize that you see everything as a potential opportunity for content. This is something that I definitely went through. And I have to learn how to switch that on and off. There's times where I want to consume content without necessarily having to think about it from my own work perspective or from my own channel's perspective. You constantly get in the habit of thinking about new ideas, thinking about analytics, how your videos are performing. You're thinking about responding to comments. And when you're in the present, in real life or in physical life, that can take away from you feeling like you're actually doing something there with somebody else. And so I would just say, take some time off from time to time, be in the moment, be present with your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your husband, your wife, your family, your kids. Be present with them. It's really hard once you become a full-time creator to turn that off. And you have to remind yourself to turn that off from time to time. But it is something that will make you feel somewhat isolated. And so as I get ready to close out, being a creator is something that's completely brand new. It's something that not many people can relate to, and therefore they won't be able to put themselves in your shoes. They won't be able to understand some of the pains, the heartache, and some of the loneliness that you feel, but understand that it's temporary. One of the best feelings that you'll have as a creator is seeing the comment section light up when you share personal updates. Now, this isn't when you've just made your first 5 or 10 videos. I'm talking about after you've made hundreds of videos and you've gained a really great community and they're interested in your personal life, and you share maybe that you're having a kid or that you're moving somewhere new or that you're upgrading your studio, and they're there with you in that journey. They're also getting to feel like they're a part of your story, a part of your success. That's one of the best feelings about YouTube. And so, yes, the grind early on is extremely difficult. I'll be honest. I'm not going to lie about that. But the reward is just as intoxicating. You know, the reward, the success, the hours, that paying off feels so great, but it will take work. And so, just like with anything else in life, you want to look great physically, you've got to go to the gym, and there's going to be a lot of pain. YouTube is no different. You're going to start off, you're going to be weak. You're not going to know how to do a lot of things. You're not going to know how to talk to the camera. But the more you do it, the better you get, the stronger you get, the more consistent you get. And the more you do that, the more you show the algorithm that you're not going away. And the more of a chance the algorithm will give you and your channel. That will do it here for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you guys could smash that thumbs up. If you guys want more content like this, I would appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or if you can relate, leave a comment down below. All right, guys. See you guys in the next one.